Hey, this is Andy from the Andy Scott School of Golf. We're going to talk about one lever movements versus two lever movements when it comes to the short game, and why this is an extremely important element that you need to be more aware of. If you've never heard of the term one lever and two lever, it's very, very simple. A one lever movement is very similar to what you see in a putting stroke. That means that there's no wrist involved. The big muscles are moving the club back and through. So essentially one lever means no wrist. So when you think about one levers, the reason they're so important is it makes us control the club face and the club head. So we're able to become very consistent with how the ball's being struck. If we are trying to hit a small shot with a one lever swing and our wrists become involved, the club face starts to become out of control and we lose the consistency level. So when you hear one lever shot around the greens, what you're going to always think about is it feels more like a putting stroke and it looks like there's no hands and wrist. So you're going to utilize that as much as you physically can and find your threshold. For instance, this is a sand wedge. I know through practice I can hit a sand wedge with one lever, which is going to get about to waist high, to the waist high on the other side, around 40 to 45 yards. So that's my threshold with a one lever swing. So why is that important? Because I know once I get outside of that yardage with this particular club, I might have to change my system to a two lever system. So let's say I'm 60 yards away. I automatically know, Andy, you're going to have to use a two lever system here to get that ball to the hole. So the two lever only means this hinge right here, the hinging of your wrist, which makes the swing bigger, longer, and gives you more potential for power and speed. So that second lever is added to help you hit the ball a little bit further. The only thing I want you to remember, we always want to start with a one lever move, and we're going to develop that second lever as we get close to the waist high. So we really don't want to see any of this two lever motion starting too early. So to keep things simple, we're always going to start one lever. If we need the second lever, we're going to develop it around waist high. This is going to help you hit the ball a little bit further. So now that you know one lever versus two lever, find your threshold. With each club you use, it's probably going to be a sand wedge, gap wedge, lob wedge. Find out those thresholds with your one lever. Then you're going to know what yardages you might start needing using that second lever. I hope this helps you become a little more successful with your short game. This is Andy from Andy Scott School of Golf. Check us out on the website to see all our upcoming programs.